Thank you once again, viewers of Off the Pitch with TK on our YouTube channel, TK Solutions TV. We're back in studio and we're busy shooting season 3. But today in studio, we've got a special guest. He's a special guest in a way that he's still active in the game. He's still playing. But there were issues that we felt we need to call him in so that he clarify them and speak from his mouth instead of reading articles about what's happening or what has happened. It's always important to hear the story from the source itself before you start writing story or running with the story. So we felt it was a right thing to call him. In studio today, we are with a current Baroka FC midfielder. He's a Orlando Pirates graduate. He also played for Orlando Pirates first team, and he also played for Pretoria Callies. And his name is Augustine Mahlonoko. Augustine, who's your boy?
Sure, practically our local.
Yeah. Ntonze dia jwang?
Diva sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, man, what's about Halko Batla, man? Since you could story out here, retired, man, it can be. We can't let such a great young talent to be lost so early. And I've been looking for you to clarify this. And thank you for coming. And before I will get into the usual talks of the pitch that we usually do with the guys, yours will be different because you are still in the game. But there might be a few things that we just want to clarify with you. Before anything else that you're gonna tell me as we go on with the interview later on, I've got questions that for now, I just want you to answer yes or no, right? Have you retired?
No.
Do you still want to play?
Yes.
Okay, so, and in fact you are playing, you are registered with a certain team now?
Yes.
Okay, so first thing first, viewers, Augustine Mahlonoko hasn't retired, he's still in the game, but later on he will tell us what happened, why it was reported that he has retired. So, Ndwana, batho ba sa tsebeng Augustine, ke Ndwana o kae?
Augustine Ndwana as booking kufale. Hlaitse mo ke oletse mo lo dlala bolo qadile lo dlala ka booking.
So, it was booking which zone boy?
Ba ibitsa ke Kanana.
Which section, one of the Van legends is from your side? Steve or Sailor or Telezani?
Steve and China Mason.
Okay, bona ba tswang go section tsa hao.
Yeah.
Okay. So mamela he boy, o fitla jwang ko Pakania because most people se ba bona o dlala ko Pakania. O tloa jwang ko Sebokeng kasi o fetso ko Pakania.
E qadile ya fela tournament ka Coca-Cola ya di secondary. Ko batle then na le khonmanyeng wa zone 7 lang ka nkisa ka o Augusto Palacios Academy. That's when the scouts the Pirates dimpone, and then after selemo sa rona the following year ke mo joinileng development ya Orlando Pirates.
O fitla da o so dlala
Under 17 from under 15 Augusto Palacios.
Then under 17 udlala Pirate no longer. So let me understand, because in the past Palacios he was coach of a Yeboyes team ya Pirates, but later on unali his academy.
Yeah.
And man wasn't an academy ya Pirates. So most players sometimes they will start go academy high.
Yeah, because most Pirates in under 13 15. So never got the player from under 13 15 Augusto Palacios to under 17 yeah, Pirates.
Oh, now I understand. And then under 17 now Fitla, you still remember some of the guys know who were put in there?
Yeah, because it was my twins Pela. The players a few tibal team badala ABC side pele.
Yeah. Oh. And then how long does it take you to go first team from that under 17?
Kilezi first year go under 17. Then the second year neglala tournament of future champs. Ilalanga ka East. Then after mo retwile ga Pirates Cup. That's when by Indian squad is in Brazil for Project X. Yeah, Project X related the team tsa Brazil, Flamingo. Team ngata. Then after that's when man judge no. Ba batla promote to first team. But then re tla bua hantle khutlela ka South Africa. A re fitla Bala for 2 weeks off. I think was catch up at school. That's when after 2 weeks one phone never get like stadium. But we introduce a game model first team, the principal, then I think Kadi 2 August, that's when signing first professional contract.
Yeah.
The first team apparent.
That time the project X, that time let's make Coach Bulan.
Coach Bulania.
And then La Hutale, a defender in Brazil.
Marcelo.
That was the time. So that time now, Usaina first team co-pirates, Kimang first team coach.
Nel Michu.
Nelly Mitch, Rulanil assistant.
Assistant.
Yeah. And then you signed August, your first contract.
Yeah, August 2018.
But then how Fitla go Pirates that time, Undwana man, you signed the first contract, Nalbuma 16 years.
16.
Yeah. And which position usually you are more comfortable? Are you a 10? Are you a wide midfielder, left, right?
No, I'm a 10 behind strike.
You are behind strike. And that time got that team, who was mostly used behind the striker, Go Pirates? Was it Lodge or was Lodge there already?
Yeah, it was most of the time Nel Lodge. If Lodge has available, no Lala Luvuyo Mamel.
Oh, no, I remember that team. Okay. And how many games did you play? If I'm not mistaken, you played 4 games.
4 games.
As a sub, or did you ever start?
It was a sub of the game, yeah.
And now you signed the 3 years. Before that 3 years and you leave Pirates.
Yeah, let's all after season in Eagle first teaming. Bangisa ka Vodacom pele for game timing. So then not lang what make like I felt or nek deserve at least the smaller team go PSL. Mo bankan luna ting or NFD. But msebeti ki ile gadala. I think he spent about 3 months. That's when he no right. I'd rather terminate your contract to close my team in NFD or PSL.
So, go Pirates we go pay to Tama.
Kila kupa o tsamaya bahana. Elangana ko ka dula bohae. Ki tule ban nere dula tlapa zo ko Randburg. Then ka khutlang ka ntshetsa ka khutela hae se ke jwetse coach no. Ne kopa o tsamaya ke lo sa mala ke somewhere. Bahana ke la dula. Think it was December, January, February, but don't pizza ka March. I get officing local panel chairman, I think.
But the when Augustine, how do you go lading? You know you want to play football, do you go lading outside Jima with a team as a collective?
Yeah, you're frustrated because like Jima only one, where doing different training, but I'm top pusher like teammate, I am competitive, you know. Sometimes I feel come at 5 laps or no, I'm done for the day. But down our team at the now setting exercise daily data and double technique. So loud duty high, so she managed to keep fit or how to like chance Oscar Fitla all unfit. Yeah.
So now at that time why instead we are why no cycle MDC?
In a decision is one from team, but it's because in a na, Yusuf Mat, the Shonolum Charlie, Limbulu, never touched Lumbon, Balitri, and the first team. So, Babarisagamo, the Emine winner, Vodacom, Lepelepe, regain the promotion into NFT, in element data from the office, the lot to some machita Pelepe. So Beria Baba Batlan never assess if Bali happy, but a bit a bag of his team. So real Rala. I think Majita because Naglata Maliki tell on. Malafella number 2, Ella Carter because of COVID league. That's when Leona COVID and Carter, that's when Glahonotola, the Pampirita got clearance of it.
But that time Pele in either Vodacom or ABC.
Vodacom.
Then let me say ABC Pedamos. If you promote the
Vodacom ABC.
ABC, or at the moment Vodacom is ABC.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. So now COVID ya fihla le ko number 2 lena by then le vaile. So Yusuf Mart is the current most captain ya Sekhukhune.
Kukun, yeah.
Le ena ne ba itsa e pele that time.
Yeah.
And then after COVID lena se le vaile already dutse ko casino. By then where is your agent? Una le agent at the time.
Next agent at that time.
So how that career go Pirates you never had an agent. And then uthotseng agent.
After, because Netlamne ke di Thailand's Atletico Madrid. That's when COVID la qala wa kwala di ball. Ne se ke bua Malaysian to angla ithola ka 2019 December. Balang approach. Ba re no ba sebetsa from beyond ba batla manager na le agent a jitsa. Agna agent. Ba go okay. Re tla manager but re nka sign contract no tlamle go thola team pele. Then I sign a contract down at Amra. It's fine. But at the moment, I do the high, give me the pampiri from Pirate. Then after I have a COVID, I do high for my 3 months of salary. I hooked that's when one sendelan pampiri tag. Kimo kilahona lo senale Baroka.
Then how Sanal Baroka sonally agent now? So Dileko Baroka we told like agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Then go Baroka, I think was Sanal Baroka during COVID or kind of season year after bubble.
Yeah, after bubble.
No Sanal Baroka. And then Baroka Sanal how long that time on Peter? 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years plus one option.
Yeah. And then obviously you are still a current player Baroka here. And then how Peter Kopolokwane, how is life?
Life is slow. You'll say Limpopo.
Yeah.
It's slow. I channel ka Jubek.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kila settle handle. When most of the guys give a jumbo so it babang but right. Yeah.
And then how many games did you play? Do you remember before they send you on loan?
Yeah, because David Jagan against Pirates Orlando Stadium. Then get the game.
Bauken's the first team.
Yeah. Katulala game Sundown so. Katulala game against Chiefs. The last game season against Swallows.
But now when you look at these games that you play, why are they playing you in these big games? These are big games.
Then I don't know because game ya Pirates we were leading 1-0. Aba Kenya ba introduce first game ya ka for Baroka. Ne re leader 1-0. Second game ne re le Sundowns ko Pitanka. Re leader 2-0. Ke re bat ba re dlala le Sundowns pressure e kana. So msezi se re kene ra dlala. Tsa Sundowns ha go le 2.
I say in leader ka 2 you won't get the ball.
No.
They will hide it.
So la game ya Chiefs in leader, la draw le ona 1-1. Le game ya Swallows. Let's draw.
But in those games you think you had a fair game?
I don't think so because ninga capability of bank color game. Especially game ya Pirates because it's one to game more late. Yeah. So I was surprised they won 37 chinga. It's okay because at that time team is a winner, so on guys change team you winner.
Besides well over they lose already, the whole team is under pressure and
yeah, so I understand that because Kibolo Majita a winner, I am Sevita win sonal and win. Yeah, so but the English coming on as a support la sundown, so since they were right. Allow marker. Plus never till the squad sound so strong, Buandile Charlie, Madulek, like he so necessary because them saved on Gas Valley, Baucheti the 18 in that means they saw something because not there sitting, have I again 18 year MHD.
And then now where's a language Baroka Galisia Luna to Pretoria Callies?
No, I like Talago Balanda Isa, and because I think first half of the whole season, Nick do like 18 in the squad. How Huga, Yakala Seven Ladisa MDC, but for game time, fitness, wise. ka re no it's okay ke tla ke lo dlala. Then ha nako e ntse ya ke la founelwa ke agent ya ka ba re coach dia complain ka behavior ba re ke arrogant ke re no because ke la ya coach ka re ha ke dlale ke ntho wrong e ke etsang ke kgone ho improve ke hloka extra training ke etse extra training coach a re no ke tla kgutlela ho wena nna le meeting le chairman ka okay ke a makala se ke founelwa ke agent mfounela go etsang polokwane ke ga o ka eng ba ga o arrogant eng ke re no ke la ya o coach ka mmotsa re bothata ke ka nna bana ke bona se ke sa kgetho le 18 ya team ha o dlalwa eng ke ntho e kileng o bona fela because le bona ba emphasize re if na le bothata o tlo bua le rona so ke le bona that's when ke mo dintho di la qala le coach se re actela eng ka re sebetse because ke senile contract down until play.
So relationship at that time mean not you and the Baroka, you and the then coach, even for that, how no where must I improve? Because most players will say, if it's a guy, this why just keep quiet, keep working. But I get you a different personality. Because low on a house about you end up not knowing what you must do to improve. So to ask is better because okay boy, I don't look the same. But then that's when relationship is Tomoba shake.
Yeah.
But then who initiated the loan?
I think chairman because after off season a khutela regime like 3-4 days ka tsatsi la before ba re chairman wa pizza office that's when I njwetsa nna ke tseba ile club to club deal le ba batla striker from Pretoria Callies ke ntho ba njwetsa ba batla striker then coach wa bona Joel Masuta request ile gore ke tla ka mo. So in order to delay tsale tlamile ke ka o Callies ba tlise striker ka okay maybe ka ke no itsitse me vele maybe ke hloka bolono ke khone phapama mental yabo ke khone o sebetsa ka thata ke khone go that when ra krile ka ya ka Callies.
Then how fita go Callies because you played for how many you were supposed to be a season long deal, which is this current season. And then what happened now? Because I think at one point Callies released players and you were in that list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I like release 23 players, but ke la bona le still bitso la ka ne le siko mo. Yeah.
So you were supposed to stay with them.
Yeah. That's when because next week coach Joel ola resign from CV. Then batla coach a tseba coach a change ina le player tsa yona le tso le yona e tla le player tse ding. That's when le mo ona bana le nako le reng rona player tse le reng di loan number e regime site player tse ding jima site then a go botsa ba re no tamile re terminated contract via team ya struggle financial ka no nna ke loan nka sign anything ke soka kutwa team ya ka straight go itsala. That's when I think le nna glang kwa me kutlo ka gae regime ka sighting ha sana team spirit but ba jima kwa regime kwa ai ka tlina ke gae ke tulela hae cause na ku na re siko 18 be lo la bo tournament ka si because re frustrated ba tla dlala bolo ka mona ba jimisa ka sighting ba bang ba jima ka mane so a tsena ka lo dlala tournament ke tulela la hae tse ba mfonela jwetsa ke suspect ona le covid in get excuse fair until December January this year but I'm Peter for disciplinary hearing kaskaya loya
Ubitsa ke
Callies.
Now I get a parent club ya ke Baroka I buelo wena that time aba soka ba phone ntso bua le Callies
Si we Callies yeah
Baroka disciplinary ka
bo January because le December ga thola salary ya rona team ka ofela just get only expect get disciplinary re jwang re sena tjhelete because from December ga gola January ka ofela kona le re patala month end a go jetsa ga a ke no gona go tla nna tjhelete ya transport that's when they get request a move right it's better ke khutlele go Baroka then ba re no ba nka se khutsitse before ke disciplinary hearing.
So at the moment, I'll tell you, I'll go to Baroka.
I'm like clear from Callies. I'm clear certificate.
But now, since Dila only one season loan, can after this season maybe have a chance to go to Baroka, but by default they must clear you or Leona Sanzo a disciplinary pay.
No, ya Baroka gitse hore disciplinary but we shift la ka mo but yeah.
But so far Baroka they haven't said anything to you.
No, agent ka ila bua le bona ba re no because clearance aga ban file after transfer window kwalo they can register me now ke mele season in fair.
So but Callies are away. Njo Jimoli one no. So you are back to that frustration again, young Jimoli one.
Yeah.
But Augustine, this thing it puzzles me. Why would you are young? You are 20. You are 20, and you can play. You can't go to Pirates first team if you are not a good player, and Baroka can't take you if you are not a good player. It's a PSL side, and if they send you to Callies for loan, it means there's something in you. Otherwise, they will have cleared you. But because they are seeing something, and I think as the country, we see something in you that you deserve to play. But it's a matter of getting a chance, I guess. Somebody, I believe in you, our fair a game time. But now, personally, when do you think how no Yaku Pirates pro side sign at age of 16? Do you think sign a pro side contract at young age or wrong time, or maybe the team was too big for your age?
I think it's a little team right, but that timing in this one because I was still go school in the Kenya school. But la big opportunity so I feel it's rare not all opportunity so that's when I decided I big hotic favor parade then from see everyone wishes to play for Lando Pirates because of the idols are gonna very little parade. There was Stevie, Taborachali, China Mason. So opportunity fitla or school or ring my crap.
So that time was in a festival high school.
Yeah.
And then with Annual, are you still continuing to scale or now focus on disc?
Because I got 2018 I never Brazil, I left for 2 weeks. Then I could after 2 weeks I came like a pre-season in the first team. And give my 2 months, I think. Then after sign a first team contract, first game of the season, 18. So Lennon Twana or Fame Yaris Gelai, get us born. Like when I said to this pan, obvious, Rascolo graduate the lot transit. At the end, it's a good told before you graduate. Jerno, I can make your school. I got the assignment. Again, the exam, no, ya woman, a month or 2. Ya wanna get high because Merishimo say, Kaf Paziti, I classic color, Nagahan Stadium. But get out my wine. I feel as Gala School Street. So, when we tata balance, can I because I do school scanner, can no utroke for training. Sometimes regime twice. How can you tolerate chance I school not let the woman see it was gay. So that day, I feel like grade 11, January, Cook Chevanel disc signal and see that we like Team of South Africa pirate. So, Garay is like class 1 at the Gelemian flat. Cashevanel to ball.
And if so going to when and Donna Scouring, sometimes Rena Esbato from far, I understand the difficulty of balance, correct? Because Batara soccer player to school. Go grade 11 or 10 pro side, Ujima, like you're saying, Ujima was saying until 1. You have to make a choice. And pro side contract is like a train, yeah, feta. If that coach alemo now a believer in you, anya ka o signa wena o tsila wa feta how khutla wena o khutla skela ha sa le coach o le ke coach o mong a sa believer ko wena. So you have to, like you have to decide. And it's a, I mean, I spoke to Bongani Twala, he mentioned the same thing, or you have to decide, or kitia bolo or kitia skela. O tla bona pele or which one works out. Because it's a challenge that another youngster your age will experience it, or do I sign a contract or kiako scale. So now the other thing, Rishiso when I sent one, when how no sign the Pirates, personal life ya ila change one.
I change that much because I didn't sharp le kasi bodies kick go let it so already my fame ne se ke exposed because sometimes now tamal khomane a khale so but when I change it because ne se ke ena no se ke tseba ntuleng ke hloka I can get it anytime. I was so le financially it changile because there was the time mogila thola le endorsement ya Adidas. Yeah, so when ntuleng Adidas ke batlang ke ya fela Adidas store ba bontsha card ya ka ba mfantona so personal life it changing because le style ke mo motho ga dance style wa tseba vale
yeah ke bona ba style
ke ba styling so yeah it changing yona changila because asale amateur player from amateur straight to first team, no MDC, no NFD, straight good so it changile then nega kai ke la bana le ego because when I was 16 so la first team filanga you're on top of the world and I'm top of it and next yeah so it changile all
and so na le transfer by then le hon also go ba le transfer by then but no license
actually one license
oh so until saving ko la una license
yeah
no ska thola license so tla thola late so but I like the thing gore you realize at one point gore salwa ba le ego and it's normal sometimes that it tla but if you are like we realize elinyana gore hey o ka re se ke ya too much ere ke go but did you manage to get yourself back?
Yeah, because nunal batuba like Augusto Palacios in the namtolone ke namtwana mentor o lo ke bua le na le bothata bo eng because la fitla na go lo ane tse dutse hae isi wat mama jita o kasi e mo a fa re ka idea o so ya le no ga wa tshwana tsekile hae ana nthuketsa a ke thobelo sane la ke sa jimi la ke la motho ke repotang we so fitla mo reng hai ga val majita uanda re ka ipi ya go ena re ka ngana go majita sebitse ya tsa kena school letter go ena fela ena so tlo fa ya le majita le shopping eng se go betse ka o so phila nyu because wa tseba ga se ke metse fela season e fele tlo thola sponsors
but in the meantime body leona ka mo wa senya because remember body ya hao ke yona fem
ke
yona company ya hao but by then you are not aware. I mean I spoke to I'll keep on mentioning the guys that I spoke to because the key is to advise and give an idea what it's like. Ubongani Twala said to me, Kindwan, he turned pro at a young age, almost like you. And he didn't last long. He played maybe 4 seasons. And then because he also started at a difficult team at Sundowns. And he said to me, there are 3 things that are very problematic as a soccer player, which is fame, money, and time. Time comes from the fact that you are not playing. The code, you are not in a coach's plan, and on a less that end, you are famous. That's the problem. What's your view on that, or have you experienced such thing going?
Yeah, I experienced because love sadal, obviously, like example, Anigel Polokwan, Utola house darling, what's about Tutakasi. Lost na kulima access funa mama muna kikasi autolat utudai kika ki Augustine Mahlonoko a jamlat una chelete o khona ya jwale o khona buka bo hotel ha ona stress majita dlala sane a o hloke ya stadium wa dula Monday tlamehile go khutlele gymming go tla kasi tlamehile polokwane fitla go kgathetse ntho pele gymming obvious ha o sa dlala ama jiteta recovery lona la sebetsa tlamehile lo matha body shwele
Yeah, because weekend then we keep it busy.
e no le busy weekend body shwele ha o fane ka performance e trend le gore wa ba convince gore no o batla go dlala so ke di factor tse le gore if ha o kgone di control tsona di tlo control and the career I no last na go telele
And tell me again personally, because there are 2 times where you mentioned to me Wilanga Kamaikut. Are you a short-tempered person?
yeah nka jwa agna patience if into ye batla ka e batla and nna le mandana re ka e batla ke tlo ithola kankana yeah so because le parents ke feel engare ne ke se patient if I was patient ne nka ya ke tla le season eo ani bang ke ste ka pele then ne ka le banka khutlele first team so ne ke go me kutlana no ka se go from the top ke go third tier just like that until so ne ke see patient enough ne ke batla gore team e hlae fast yanka ya kae le profile ya ka se le sharp ke mama tlo thola team fast so personally ke motho impatient unto say the way nna ke batla ga ke tloele.
And it's important that, but they need to understand your personality first, because before you are a player, you are a human being.
Yeah.
So they need to understand what personally you're impatient, and they need to find a way to work with your impatience. And you need to understand what football has got its dynamics. Before you get into the 4 lines, there are a lot of things that happens outside that you need to find a way to adjust. Because I still feel we haven't seen much of you. We haven't. We know you're a star. We know you're a good player. But the only time we saw you is either go the youth team, just squad, or go MDC, or those who are like Bo Shevilenko Pele and whatnot. And I really, really want to see more of you. And you need to go back to the game. But I'm glad that you still have an active contract, the Baroka. So now let's get to the issue here, your retirement. Where does it come from? Who said this and all that?
Na issue because Kaubula that time Nignal Majita ka re zone 14. So Monday afternoon ke shapela Majita afi a ke fitla ba re mo o breakile internet ke ga o ka jwale a re bona ba ke a bona man ntwe ke kickoff a ke balance ke amaka ke gago these guys ba kickoff if ba bone post because ba bua ka Facebook page ya ke if ba bone post why ba sa mfounela ba confirm story man did you retire or what because I ke bala ba re ke motse Facebook re ke na mental issues a ke bala article a teng ke how and then ke re ke lo sheba Facebook page ya ke re post you hae because that time Nikisnal data was offline the whole day. Kirao. Maybe I'm trying killing account. Later on, Kimo agent again phone. What retire? How was it? Kirao. I got retire. Wait a lie. We see if we like radio 2000 or one, Barry. Can the story? Baba confirm the headlines. Kirano, Naka retire. The kill 80 Fibolung. Signal contract le Baroka because I think babonele list ya di player tse released ke Callies and ne ke see you listing ke mo makala ke re no ha ka retire you are just straight ke jala bolo ke na le contract le Baroka ke sendela team manager ya Baroka ke Richard Namthongotsi wa te ka na retail. If I'm just like I'm sure c'est l'outil d'état because kickoff la duma ki company tse kgolo. I enjoy tsa khutlela hona gae man. Hona re believe in media. Ne re bua legend ao e re tsohlala bo. Okay, sharp. The following day group will say the FM. We say, ke bua ke batho bana ba re ke retire. That's when ke khutlang le nna ke postang ke re no ha ka retire. Ha ke tsebe nka kae tabeng.
So basically, it was your account hacked on Facebook.
Ko Facebook ba posta that thing hore ke nka break ba re ke retire.
Unga break because your mental is not right.
Yeah.
So those were not your words. So the challenge that you saw out of that is they ran with the story before talking to you to get your side of the story.
Yeah, because usually na social media ke sebedisa Instagram ke linkile le Facebook, so I just post Instagram I post automatically ko Facebook. Yeah, so ha ba sheba le bona post tsaka ya Instagram la Facebook tikitsa na go iwana ke posta no le ka mana poste, so Instagram ha yo ntwe ya hore ke retail but Facebook iteng. That's when onale outeng se sebetsang la duma sendela message ka morao after ba publish article o mona hona le article ena and ha re show in re go ba etsa interview go ntwe story sa re tla re fa intongoleng. That's when ke ba gomelang ke ba fa number tsa agent because ne se ba njwetse go ska bua the media next re tla ba handle.
I'm happy that you clarified this thing ya go retire your mental is not stable, because once somebody mentioned mental, we start worried because mental stress is a big thing now in South Africa. So I'm glad to hear that those were not your words and you are fine and you want to play the game. So at the moment, training on your own, waiting for the season to end and see if Baroka says come back boy or what's going to happen. But you've got a contract with Baroka that is ongoing. It's unsafe felony.
2 years if like a date June this year, so it's up to them if they exercise the 1 year option or what. Yeah.
So but now, Augustine, it means by football terms you must start looking for a team usually the last 6 months. That's where either they tell you if they'll exercise or if somebody wants you, they can do a pre-season. So by end of June, if Baroka is not retaining you and they are not exercising their option, you'll be a free agent.
Yeah.
So okay, no, that's great. It's nice to hear what's happening. So it's either next season we see you back at Baroka if they're exercising, or any team that believes you can give them what they're looking for, you will be joining them if they come through.
Yeah, I did.
But your agent is still with you.
Yeah.
And they're helping you to get a team.
Yeah, they're helping me.
No, that's good, Ntwana. You've got any advice that just want to give Ntwana Zinyal? There are a lot of boys go MDC, but not turn a pro side. You know, we can mention those that they are also, they sign with first teams from MDC, but you see they're not cracking it. I mean, you've got Abo Promise Mukuma go Sundowns. Terrific player. But the team is at the moment, he'll get his chance, obvious. He must bide his time, but it's a big team with big players. What's your advice to Ntwana Zilko Tenam Pro around your age? Things that they must avoid that you think when you did, but you still have time, you are 20, you've seen them earlier and then they didn't divert you a lot.
Yeah, advice I will first thing media in go destroy and go eat. Yeah, then being patient because how easy getting a contract to 12 players already they've been there for almost 7 years, 10 years. Obviously, by experience, the modern way. So, and be willing to learn every day because the rules they change every now and then. So, should be open because sometimes about dishonest or blame a coach at that time you are not giving your best. So I cushion in until so that's the thing because family training because training get the you can convince the coach or no, this guy deserves to start and deserves to be in the 18. So advice I'll feature be humble, be patient because auto thola batho ba leng ba mo and computer le batho ba leng ke di-star, di-national team player. Obviously, mabitso a bona a hodimo, so how fitla is gonna be difficult. But if you're not patient, le rata ball, because sometimes you can be talented, but then how sarate ball, sarate sport, then you give up. But that is, yeah, can look at into it and discipline. Obviously, everyone will emphasize that them will be disciplined. You're not easy discipline because it's like we punish. And at that time, we punish. We get it for you. And because look na majita re monna ya kai kai. When I tell you dule ka tu no afit. Osan kya jini antol. Snini ngoba ngawo stupid. If you don't follow the trends, that are monna wa kai kai. Otla mama mbo jezi ini nga vibe kwa mna tutla kutala wote. Because you are songa si party mo kutala te. Uto vibe so ki discipline, hard work, dedication, patience, I think it's one important awol. Because bolo batla patient. Lao batla kulu ka kanun, tamnil be patient. Otherwise, the two bisa bolo, also have a counter take ba kokalo. So patience, hard work, it's one important to football.
No, thanks, Ndwana. I don't want to track your conversation because you are still active in the game. And I hope our viewers, they will understand. There are things I'm not going to ask him. He's not ready. I'm not ready to talk to him about such things. He's still active in the game. You know how football is. Once you talk, people think you're a problem. Boy is talented. Boy is still young. He must still go back and play football. So for this episode, I will end it here because I think the most key thing was to clarify the retirement thing, which he has clarified for both of us, and to know that he's still active in the game. And from me, TK, it's a wrap from this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep commenting until we meet on the next episode. Thank you.